All right. Coming to you live from Studio G in the media basement of the Hamp Prairie, we are Infinity News.
And then Hamp Prairie is short for the Hampshire Library.
Well, yeah. I'm Caro.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Waylon, and we'll be seeing you here at 3 o'clock, streaming live.
Every other Friday.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it. Are you tired of your government? Do you think that crowdfunding can help save the world?
If so, then the Center for Competitive Governance, has your back.
A political think tank group has released a crowdfunding campaign for an alleged open source legal system entitled ULEX. That's ULEX. Not to be confused with Lex Luthor from Superman. We can only hope.
The campaign claims that ULEX can be used to ensure that human rights are respected in places where court and legal systems do not work as desired or even exist.
Which means that it is possible now to fund a new government for a new society and get a thank you mug.
Hey, do you guys know what an open source legal system is? Because I do not.
No.
I think it's like if Twitter was the Senate. Like everyone gets to send their ideas in. Probably more like a direct democracy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your influence isn't in proportion to the money you're given?
Yeah, I think they're just like wanting people to donate so that they can like build this structure for a more malleable and freeform governance.
Oh, so like treason.
You could call it that, but we won't. In other news, the European Parliament approved a ban on single-use plastics.
With 53 votes against, the ban passed with a whopping 571 to approve it.
You're probably wondering what exactly is being banned. Well, it's the top 10 single-use plastic items found on European Union beaches, as well as fishing gear. They're the focus of the ban because they create 70% of the waste found on these beaches.
Certain items like plastic cutlery, plates, Q-tips, straws, and balloon sticks will be banned starting 2021.
Other measures on the ban include requiring tobacco companies to cover the cost of waste collection and treatments for their products, as well as lowering the percentage of plastic in cigarette filters 50% by 2025.
Plastics with two parts, like bottles and caps, will have to be connected.
You now may be asking yourself, why should I care about this?
We may not be in the European Union, but it's our shared earth and oceans. It's estimated that 150 million tons of plastic are currently up in that.
And up to 12 million tons end up in the ocean every year. We're poisoning all the fish we eat. We're killing everything.
The World Economic Forum wrote in the study that there'd be more plastic than fish in the ocean by 2050.
And that's if we make it to 2050, which is long after the UN's predicted 2030 irreversible climate change event. And what could it be? Will Yellowstone erupt? Will there be acid rain? Will fire fall from the sky?
On a more positive note, change is happening and you should be part of it. Recycle, guys.
The briefing for the ban estimates that changes will create 4,000 jobs, reduce the top 10 plastics by 50%, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 2.63 million tons.
By 2025, they intend to have 90% of single-use plastic drink bottles collected through deposit refund schemes, kind of like the 5-cent cans we have here in Massachusetts.
Other efforts are being made by brands that have agreed to honor a number of pledges, good number of pledges, including reducing single-use packaging and using compostable packaging.
These brands include Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, and Nestle, who were recently named the world's worst plastic polluters.
Now, we can't have those evil corporations leading the fight, so let's all do our best to recycle our food,
reduce your consumption,
and reuse when possible.
A little effort can go a long way, just like the votes did in Europe.
And now we bring our attention to a more serious subject.
On October 27th, there was a mass shooting at the Tree of Life congregation, a synagogue in Pittsburgh.
11 people were killed in this attack and 9 were injured, making it the deadliest attack on the Jewish community in U.S. history.
The shooter was arrested and identified as Gregory Bowers, who has been charged with 29 federal crimes and 36 state crimes, as well as linked to white supremacist hate groups.
We are living in a complicated time in the U.S. This act of terror is one of 3 in the past week and one of dozens from the past year.
One way to contribute to the fight against hate crimes and mass shootings is to vote on November 6th.
If you want safer gun laws, you have the power to vote for them. Every vote counts, and we hope to see you at the polls.
Safer gun laws can do a lot, but another thing we have to worry about is stopping hate speech from being so prevalent. According to the New York Times, repeated exposure to hate speech can increase prejudice. A series of Polish studies showed us that. It can also desensitize individuals to verbal aggression, in part because it normalizes what is usually socially condemned behavior. These behaviors have to be condemned for a reason, and they cannot be normalized. We can't allow there to be swastika graffiti at our school. We can't allow people to use hate speech because it creates an environment where people can dehumanize each other, and horrible atrocities like this can happen.
And now let's take a moment of silence to commemorate the lives that were sadly cut short by this kind of rhetoric.
Thank you. When it comes to hate speech and violent rhetoric in the United States, we all know the name Donald Trump. We also all know the name Kanye West, and an interesting thing came up recently when Kanye West announced that he felt his image had been used to say things he did not believe when it came to his relationship with the president.
He said that he'll be distancing himself from politics from now on, to the pleasant surprise of his wife and the rest of the Kardashian clan. Bad publicity, you know?
Yes. He also came out with a list of some of his values, including creating asylum for asylum seekers, prison reform, and many others. It's an interesting tweet that we think you'd enjoy to see.
This is truly the season for rapper feuds. The most recent one for conversation is between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Their feud has been going on since their collaboration on Migos' track Motorsport. Cardi B was apparently upset at Nicki's procrastination on her verse.
I mean, who doesn't procrastinate every
Honestly,
once in a while? I mean,
relatable.
Motorsport, what a banger. The feud had then been bottling up and had been circulating within their circle of friends. It peaked when Cardi B and Nicki Minaj got into a fist fight during Fashion Week.
Deuces up. The two had been going at it on social media, exposing secrets and many issues that had been the cause for tensions between the two rappers. Nicki Minaj went so far as to demand Cardi to take a lie detector test. That is when Maury Povich, from You're Not the Father, Maury Povich, chimed in saying he could help them get to the bottom of it.
Which he does with all celebrities. He does that all the time. For no reason. He just tries to get into fights he's not part of.
Oh, there is a reason, and that is publicity.
After the majority would say she lost the battle, Nicki Minaj requested a truce. Cardi B accepted.
Hopefully, the two can really put this beef behind them and give us more bangers like Motorsport. I don't know. Who do you guys think, like, the true queen of it is?
Okay, why does there have to be one queen? I think there's plenty of space for many strong, outgoing female rappers, like, out there. You know?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, why have a throne when we could have the pantheon?
Oh my god.
All of them.
What's going on?
I don't know. You couldn't stop me from seeing the movie.
I'm honestly excited to see
Don't stop
it.
me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now.
All right, guys,
If you
that's our
wanna
show
have
for
a
the
good
day.
time.
I'm Caro.
Just
I'm
give
Olivia.
me a call. I'm a shooting star going through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. Have a great afternoon.
That's Waylon.
I'm Waylon. And we're Infinity News.
We are.
Yeah.
Tune in 2 weeks from now.